Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday. Back from last week's Ryukodo weapons camp seminar with Carbone Sensei. Very fun, instructive, learned a lot of concepts, interesting approaches to some things. Today's my 65th birthday. Nobody cares out there, but I'm here in the dojo because that's what we do on birthdays. Our technique for today is Kempo YK 24. This one uses a downward and an upward cross block in sequence. We see this in kata quite a bit, Chinto, Kusanku, where we do this and roll. We block this way and oh no, we never want to do that. But sometimes it requires a little bit more power. If Max, for instance, is coming, let's come this way just a tad. Okay, if Max is kicking me, hey, and I go, if I try to block with one hand, maybe he blasts right through that. There was an instance where I was sparring a guy from New Zealand who had come in from a full contact and MMA background, and we're doing light sparring. And typically in light sparring, guy throws a high roundhouse kick, we just kind of parry block it this way. But he was used to throwing powerful kicks, and so I did a parry block, and it was ineffective, boom, went through the kick. Even a hard pushing block or hard block, this, he probably would have blasted right through. So it's the kind of thing where sometimes we need two hands against the power. Now granted, we work all of these against a punching attack, but the same idea is here. But in this case, there's an added benefit. So he's going to throw the punch, but we're not doing karate punch style anymore. I'm trying to make this transition where we do less oisuki and just start from neutral and throw the punch, right? So my hands typically are down, but we're going to start with our hands up just for this technique. We could start down here, we could start anywhere. It's good to learn here because then I make a bigger circle move, and it's good to go from bigger movements to smaller movements. But for the sake of this, he's going to step in and throw that punch, and I'm going to capture here. And he can punch at my head, my hands are, no, please don't hit me. The nice thing about having my hands here, this way, is it opens the target here. If my hands are here, and this is a Shodan Kempo from Japan concept that I learned from Kyoshi Paul, Jody Paul, my instructor in Seidokan, who had trained with Doshin So in the Shodan Kempo before me. If I place my hands a certain way, it invites a certain attack. So if my hands are centered, the punch is more likely to come around to the sides. If my hands are to the side, the punch is more likely to come center. People seize the target of opportunity. If my hands are to the side and he throws a circular punch, I don't have to do anything. I just stand right here because I just stiffen up a little bit maybe or deflect. But if my hands are here, he's going to throw a circular punch. So I can guide where that goes. And it really doesn't matter for this technique because in either case, whether I start here or here, once that punch comes, I'm going to come around and press down. Okay? So I'm here, hey, please don't hit me. And he throws that punch, and I go, ah! In this case, I want to kind of pull. I don't want to push here hard, because if I push hard, I invite another punch. But I do want to put some breath weight down. So he punches, breath weight comes down. Immediately, I bring my scissor strike up into the throat. Now we have the single hand version of this would be here. I'm accomplishing the same thing, but with two hands up into the throat. From here, I'm going to get the backs of his jaw, rake across, very vicious, then taking my thumbs or trigger fingers, both okay, boom, right to the eyes, or cheekbones, okay? So again, no, please don't hit me, sir, oh, Mr. Nasty, boom, boom, rake hard, strike. That's the whole technique. It's really simple. Cat, power in, striking, and we're coming across the two sides of the neck here with a scissoring strike. The back of the jaw, right? That alone feels lovely. Eyes, nose, ripping whatever I can with my fingers, and back in with my strike, okay? It's really nasty stuff, but he tried to hit me. What am I supposed to do, okay? This time I'm going to go with my hands in the center. Same thing. Strike, pull, strike. That's the whole technique. Slow one time from this side. Circle. This one catches and stops. Weight down. Up and in. Pulling. going. Kempo YK 24. Simple, straight, and effective. I could use this against choke, against a lapel grab. Let's do lapel grab just as a for instance, right? Double lapel grab, right? But if I cross, now I can get his arms, right? Let's do it on a kick. Boom! I just slapped his leg down with both palms. Same finish. Even if he's following with a punch, kick and punch. I interrupt him before that punch can do anything. Right? And we finish. Kempo YK 24, concept of guard guiding, concept of variation for the punch, adding different kinds of attacks with our juji yuge, open hand, and juji here. From here, if I didn't want to rake and finish him, if I wanted to go the soft version, we could go into the collar tie chokes, lapel grab chokes, back of the trap, press arm chokes. So we could adapt it to the severity of the situation. Thank you for joining. That's our Kempo YK 24, applying concepts from Kusanku, Shinto, Pinyangoran, any kata where we have any kind of a crossing block. That concept is within this technique, with the viciousness of a little bit of, hey, I'm going to finish this guy and he's going to hate me. I forget who it was that said, if somebody attacks you, don't give him the respect of punching him. Bite his ear off, bite his finger off. That will freak a guy out. He'll start thinking, oh, this guy's not here just to defend himself or even to square up fight with me. This guy wants to eat me. We change their mentality pretty quickly when you go jail yard scrap. Thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe, do all the stuff. Happy birthday to me. And until next week, as always, let's keep practicing.